Today, I'll be showing you how to take apart this 2016 Mercedes-Benz E-Class headlight. We can see here that the lens is already busted and gone, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove the lens and do a complete disassembly of this headlight. So before I take the lens off, I'll go ahead and show you the part number on the headlight real quick, and then we'll get to the disassembly. Here is the part number off of the headlight that I'm going to be disassembling. Before I remove the lens, I'll go ahead and show you the bottom and the rear of the headlight. So here is the rear and the bottom. So here we can see that the unit has two ballasts that it uses, and right in here, which we can't see right now, but we'll be able to see later, is the fan driving most of the cooling of the headlight. But outside of the ballast, there are no replaceable parts on this LED headlight. So next I'm going to go ahead and get this lens removed and we will begin disassembly. I have detached the lens from the body of the light, and if we look here on the inside, the amber reflector here is attached to the front of the lens with these two screws. So that's this side amber reflector right here. In order to remove the black bezel, I'm going to go ahead and start removing all of the T15 torque screws around the edge of the light. There are also 4 T15 torque screws on the rear of the headlight. You'll find one here, one in here, a third one here on the top, and a fourth one here on the corner. With the 3 screws removed from the front and the 4 removed from the rear, now we can slide the black bezel with the LED running light and turn signal out of the headlight. So we can see here that this is a pretty large bezel with quite a few components in it. With the main bezel removed, we now have access to the main lighting unit of the headlight. So here we have the main low beam LED projector. We have another little LED unit here in the corner, and then we have the outer LED light here. Back here is going to be the LED control unit for the daytime running light / turn signal. And that appears to be most of the unit. So I'm going to go ahead and start removing the components here, and we'll get all of this pulled out. In order to remove this inside LED light, I'm going to turn the light over and remove the bolt here from the bottom of the light. This is a 7mm bolt holding this in. With that single bolt removed, we can remove this corner light. It is held on by a single wire harness here. So we'll just go ahead and push the clip in and pull this out. The next step in disassembly is going to be removing the shroud from the low beam LED projector. There are 3 T15 torque screws holding this in place. There's going to be one on the top and one on the side and one on the bottom. So here is the shroud removed. I now have access to the 2 T15 screws holding in the adjuster. So there's going to be this white adjuster here. There's going to be a T15 screw. There's one here where my finger is and one on the other side of it. In order to remove the LED unit for the daytime running light, there were 1, 2, 3, and 4 T15 screws holding that in place. Here's the little LED board. This is the aluminum heatsink that was attached to the daytime running light LED. On the bottom corner here is a mounting stud, and I went ahead and I had to just pop off the plastic retainer clip off of that so that this will slide forward. In order to remove this outside LED unit, I had to go to the rear. This screw is accessible via the rear of the headlight, and using a E6 external Torx socket, I was able to drive this inward. Driving it right, it came into the housing, and I was able to use a pair of needle nose pliers here and twist it the rest of the way until the screw here came all the way through the housing, and then I was able to just pull this straight through. On the back of this is going to be 1, 2, 3 wire clips. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect all 3 of these now. With the 3 clips removed, there is still one more clip here to pop off of the back of the light. Okay, so I just grabbed that with my pliers, pulled it out, and now the inside LED unit is. In order to remove the main drive unit here, the low beam LED, I'm going to have to go to the rear, and I'm going to go ahead and have to pop off this clip and get access to that same little E6 bolt. I couldn't figure out how to get the plastic clip off cleanly, so I just went ahead and broke it off. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my E6 external Torx driver and drive this inward. So after driving this last bolt in, I was able to pull that side and just use a pair of pliers and squeeze down on this plastic clip, allowing me to remove the low beam projector. Now the low beam projector is free from the headlight, we can go ahead and start unclipping this wire harness and have this fully free from the headlight. So there are no screws holding this housing in, it's just all wire clips that you can just grab hold of with a pair of pliers and just give them a small tug and they'll pop out. The last piece is going to be to remove the wire clip here from the headlight adjusting motor. And then we can turn the headlight around and get back to the main connector and grab a little pocket flathead screwdriver and push in. There's a tab on each side. Just push that flat tab in and push the connector inside the headlight at the same time. Once that's released, you will have the wire harness removed from the light. I've got the headlight completely disassembled, so here I'll go ahead and give you a close-up of each of the individual components. This is the LED light that was on the inside corner. This is the LED daytime running light Here is the low beam projector. So we can see this thing has a pretty decent size heatsink on it. Here is the part number of the LED projector. And we can see that it has a dedicated fan. Here is the outside LED lights. We can see that this one also has its own dedicated fan. And there was a little outside corner LED unit. And then here is the wire harness that connected the whole thing. And then here is the LED bezel that was on the inside of the light. So, I hope you found this useful. Thank you for watching.